and welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Monday, November 7th, 2022. It's Victory Monday, man. We missed this thing, man. Woo! On deck for today's show, we recap the Lions' win over the Packers on Sunday at Ford Field. LL breaks down what the Lions did to win on offense. Coach Mike does the same for the defense. And you know, I named my bossed up, balled out, and balled on players of the game. But before we get into all that, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew in honor of old time of day, man. You see him down here, our resident Rick Ross with the chain and the shades, man. It's my man, your favorite player, LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my guy?
Wazam, Proud Nation. Happy Victory Monday.
All right, man. Y'all know who it is up there with that beanie, man. It is the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan. It's our defensive line coach, who?
I don't know how it is down in, as Mike from the Woods saying, North Carolina. But it's cold up here, Kurt. It's the Wolverine, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
Welcome to Detroit.
Welcome back, and I'm so happy that we can get to this recap. Kurt, go on and break them off a little bit and let them know what it is.
Y'all know how we do, man, on Victory Monday. Man, it feels good, but before we get into the offensive defensive breakdowns by Coach Mike and LL, let's get at these team stats right quick. First up is first downs. Both teams had 19. Passing first downs, the Lions had 10. The Packers had 11. Rushing first downs, the Lions had 5, and the Packers had 6. Penalties and first downs. Whew, here we go. 2 for the Packers, but 4 for the Lions. Man, thank you. I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? From no pack, no. All right, third down efficiency, 8 for 15 for the Packers, 6 for 11 for the Lions. That's pretty even right there. Right about 50% for both teams. Look like a little over 50% for both teams. Fourth down efficiency, 1 for 4 for the Packers, 0 for 2 for us, but we're going to go for it anyway. You know how we do it. Total plays, 69 to 57 for the Packers. Total yards, 389 yards for the Packers and 254 yards for the Lions. Total drives, both teams had 9. Yards per play, 5.6 for the Packers, 4.5 for the Lions. Passing, 283 yards for the Packers and 137 for the Lions. But we ain't need to pass the ball. Attempts, we had 23 of 43 for Aaron Rodgers. Man, that is not good. 14 for 26 for Jared Goff. Interceptions thrown. This was the big deal right here. This is probably what won the game for the Lions. 3 picks, 2 in the red zone for the Packers, and 1 interception by Jared Goff without lack of trying, though. Sacks. We got to him one time. Derek Barnes got to Aaron Rodgers one time. No sacks for the Lions. Didn't give up a sack at all. I like that. Rushing yards, 106 for the Packers. It was some tough sledding. 117 for the Lions. Rushing attempts, 25 to 31. Yards per rush, 4.2 for the Packers, 3.8 for the Lions. Red zone. This is where it got a little good for those 2 drives. 0 for 4 for the Packers and 2 for 3 for the Lions. Penalties. Both teams would play a sloppy ass game. 8 penalties for 81 yards for the Packers, 7 for 62 for the Lions. Turnovers, like we said, 3-1 in favor of the Lions. Fumbles lost, 0 for both teams. Interceptions thrown, we already covered that thing. No defensive special teams touchdowns, and the Packers controlled the clock. They had the ball for 34 minutes and 42 seconds, and the Lions had the clock for 25 minutes and 18 seconds. But at the end of the day, it was a dub for the Lions. I mean, it is what it is. I tend to say, man, it wasn't the prettiest game. I wouldn't call it a statement game or a get-right game for the Lions. The offense moved the ball, but had plenty of stall drives. Rodgers and the Packers moved the ball up and down the field at will for the most part. but they had some self-inflicted wounds, turning the ball over in the red zone, some opportunistic plays for the Lions defense. And paired that with a ton of injuries for Green Bay. And the Lions had a few injuries themselves. It just turned out to be the perfect storm for the Lions to get that win. I'm more happy that we beat the Packers than we got the win. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this was the game. This was we could turn our season around. It wasn't one of that. It wasn't that type of performance, but it was a hell. We beat the Packers type of win, and I'll take that all day. What you guys got?
I know I'm watching the game. My wife is like, why you yelling? Why you so emotional? I want you to shut the hell up and leave me alone, man. That game was close as hell. I was emotional, man. And you know what? That game was finally a change for the Lions. Finally, calls went against the Packers that don't normally go against the Packers, and went for the Lions that don't normally go for the Lions.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing for me, man, was the calls of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because even some games in Ford Field in the past, them calls, you'd be like, why they like the Packers like that?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, it was good, man. It was an evenly called game. I can't argue with none of the calls that was made in that game. And when you can't argue with the calls made in the game, and the game is played how it plays out, you just happy with that, man. I'm just happy that the refs were not in favor of the Packers like yesterday, man. So shout out to the Lions, man, for doing their thing, for hanging in there, fighting tough, and not giving up, and biting kneecaps, man. They was getting down and grimy with it.
Yeah, before I kick the LL, man, I had it. My wife in the third quarter, man, she made me take my blood pressure medicine. I was screaming. I was cussing at the TV, man. She was like, "Boy, you ain't yelling at Cardo. Go take your blood pressure medicine." But hey, what you got, LL?
I was gonna piggyback off what Coach Mike just said, but I forgot.
You was talking about the calls. He said the kind of calls were it kind of favorable.
I could make a case that they still favored the Packers. It was how many missed delay a game. And some people say, they got it off before or whatever, even when they changed the rule, if looking up at the clock. A lot of them was late, even with the looking up and down or whatever the rule is. So it was, I counted at least 4 of them joints. But, good win. I'm just happy with the win.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said, Kurt. It makes it even sweeter, the opponent. You know what I'm saying? That pack, if you want to call it, we putting that in there today, and that's the best part about all of this. We got a good win, a lot to clean up, but at least it was the goddamn Packers.
Yeah, no. And for the one call, I thought was egregious was the push. Alan Lazar pushed off on that bomb down the sideline. Man, he just slung. He slung my man Jeff Okuda to the ground, but I digress. Hey, man. Hey, you know what, man? We got to talk about this family discussion topic for today because it's going to be crucial. Because I'm going to have to ask you, man. Let us know in the comments. How are you celebrating Victory Monday today? That's the family discussion topic for today. How are you celebrating Victory Monday today? Woo-wee, man. Thank you guys for joining us right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Hey, you know what to do right now, man. Hey, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We're on the march to 4K. Man, you keep coming back anyway, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Be a part of the Prowl Nation family. Now it's time to break down what happened on the win for the offensive side of the ball, man. You see Rick Ross down there at the bottom of the screen. LL, holla at your boy, man. Tell me what happened.
Oh, man. Good, happy Monday morning, y'all. Happy Victory Monday again. But, yes, nice, good victory yesterday, 15-9. Wasn't an offensive explosion at all. Wasn't a whole lot to really talk about. A lot of some of these drives ended real good. I liked it on those touchdown drives. We stayed with the run. We showed just what the run can do. We didn't even put up big run numbers, but we stayed with it, and that's what's most important to me. I believe that we still have that ability. If it calls for it, if whatever happens, we can put up those bigger numbers. But we didn't need to. Our defense came to play this game. Penalties hurt us a little bit. Penalties and lack of running stalled some of those drives. But in the end, we ended up getting the win, of course, obviously. I want to give some credit to a few of the guys. I'm gonna keep mine real, so I want to give some credit to two guys on the offensive line. The whole offensive line to me played well, but I want to give credit to Jonah Jackson and Panay Sewell, man. Jonah Jackson, he deserves a whole lot of credit on any run play to the left, man. He in there. He doing his thing on kick outs. He's swinging out. He huffing and puffing. You see him too, man. He working. He's always in the mix, man. He getting in there, and he pushing guys around after the whistle, man. He's showing, he's showing that he ain't there to be, just be standing around playing football. And Panay Sewell, of course, man. He's out there pushing everybody over, man, holding this side of the thing down. Everybody played well though. Shout out to Evan Brown. Taylor Decker, as solid as it could be. I know I was on the trade Taylor Decker just because we could have got something for him, but he is as solid as they come. He ain't necessarily the greatest, but he's up there, man. He's very as solid as they get, man. As solid as they can come. Shout out to the offense. Oh, we also got to see I guess, and can we say that maybe they were being petty? After letting Hot go, of course, peace out Hot. But our two passing touchdowns were to our two touchdowns at all were to Shane Zylstra and James Mitchell. So, backup tight ends. So, shout out to James Mitchell on the first NFL touchdown, to many, many more, my brother. We got to see Jamal Williams with a real tough 2-point conversion. That's just toughness. All them grits we heard about in Hard Knocks. This is more so the team, or at least defensively, and or just totally, just game plan, running the ball and being tough. This is more so the team that I thought we would have saw coming out of Hard Knocks.
For me, it was real quick. Goff threw a pick, but he could have threw more. He didn't. That's why they kind of switched back to the running game. It was like, hey man, let's just run the ball. Josh Reynolds was missed. You can see that Josh Reynolds' influence, especially down the field on the offense, was missed on Sunday. Run game was solid, I think, but it still needs to be used more. And like you said, the young tight ends, they stepped up, man. But overall, we had some things where it wasn't a perfect offensive performance, but it was good enough to get the win. So, I mean, I would take that all day, but we need to ramp it up. You look at our next opponent, they scored the ball a lot yesterday. So we got to pick their offense up. And hopefully we can get Josh Reynolds back next week, man. I wish that we can get Jameson Williams next week, because we're gonna need some down the field threats against the Bears. What you got, Coach Jones?
You think so?
I think so.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go from a different point of view. Again with the rookie coaching, Ben Johnson. There was 2 times where I think in the game where he outthought himself. And that was the first half, going toward the end of the first half. There was a 3rd and 1 followed by a 4th and 1. And one of those plays, he went empty set and he passed it. And I thought that was being a little bit too creative.
Mm-hmm.
And I could tell that Dan Campbell wasn't calling that play because it was being so creative. You're going to go empty backfield, and then go 5 wide. And you try and throw the ball. I think it was on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. Mm-hmm. And really, you need to wedge block it. And for people out there who don't know what wedge block means, wedge block is when everybody takes a step inside, and then you block the dude in front of you, and you move the ball. And you know what I'm saying? You just get that yard and a half. Mm-hmm. It's real simple. And then in the fourth quarter, the 4th and 1, I see Panay Sewell, the backside tackle, pulling to kick out the defensive end, the last man on line of scrimmage, and he didn't get there. But I just don't think Panay Sewell should have been in a position where it's 4th and 1, and you running to our tackle is running to the other side for a kickout block, when we could have once again just wedge blocked it or ran an inside trap or 24 ISO. I don't know what it's called in the Lions playbook, but 24 ISO right there. You know what I'm saying? Right in between Sewell and the right guard, man, and Evan Brown. And I think that would have worked, man. And I know that we're gonna have our bumps and our learning curve with the new OC, but I feel like sometimes you're being a little bit too creative. When you keep it simple, it'll get the job done.
Yeah, definitely. This run the ball, man. Yeah, that was the Quay Walker play who blew up Jamal Williams in the backfield. Hey,
Oh,
Man,
and Panay Sewell almost let up a sack, but he got saved by a whistle because I seen that play where I don't know if it was Quay or who it was, but he blew past Sewell and got that sack, and it was called back for a penalty. So that
yeah.
boy lucky. Mm-hmm.
Hey, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I seen it. Mm-hmm.
hey, click the like button, subscribe to their channel. Y'all know what it is. It's Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Hey, go on over to fanatics.com. You see I'm wearing Salute the Service gear. Yesterday was the Lions Salute the Service game. I will be getting one before the end of the month. Salute the Service gear, my 2022. But I'm going to get it at fanatics.com. The link's in the description below. And go ahead and check us out on Lions Nation Unite. Go ahead and check out the app and the Google, Android, or Apple App Store, or you can just type in lionsnationunite.com on your web browser. While you're over there, grab yourself some LNU shop gear at lnushop.com. It's always game day. Get the real, not the fake like it's going on over on Facebook and LNU shop. Hang out with us on Detroit Lions on the Prowl.com. And while you're there, get yourself some Prowl Nation gear over there at Lions on the Prowl shop.com. My man, Coach Jones got you hooked up, man, because if you're a Wolverine on Saturday, boy, we beat Rutgers down. Whew. Man, that was terrible. And you a Lion on Sunday. Get yourself some Wolverine gear at wolverine.com. That link's in the description as well. Help out the American Cancer Society of Michigan. And my man, Big Lion Man, go ahead, get yourself some roll up gear. Proceeds from that link go to help us grow the American Cancer Society's fight against cancer. So go ahead and help out my man down there. The roll up gear, the link's in the description below as well. Follow us on your favorite social media platforms, man. And I think it's going to be a very special victory Thursday this week by my man, LL Cool Torrance, man. So with all that being said, it's time to get on over to the defensive side of the ball. Coach Mike, what you got, brother?
Like my man do, other content creator. Woo! No, I'm just playing with you, man. Shout out to him, man. You know what? The defense finally came. They came to play. And I'm gonna start off by just reading y'all a little tweet from Coach Mike Jones, the Wolver Lion. And it says, this is November 2nd, I might add, a couple days ago. It said, Kirby Joseph is this year's Amon-Ra St. Brown. He is trending toward having a standout back end of his rookie year. And then at Kirby Joseph, dude got the attitude I love to see in defensive players. One, pride. I see it in the works. I see it in the making. And I called it out, man. And dude is coming into his own. He had a rough start to the year. Okay. But he's starting to settle in and he's going more now off of his instincts, and he's more confident and where he's going, so his instincts can take over because he moves fluidly to make up for times when he misreads the play. And I'm just glad, man, that guy is showing to be a good draft pick, a solid pick from out of Illinois. Also, Aiden Hudson finally got a pick, man.
Ooh, that was a nice one too, a nice
man,
one.
And that was down by the goal line, man. He got that pick, man. I'm so happy for Hutchinson, man. I'm glad that this is a true rookie year for him, where he has flashes in the pan, and then he goes kind of quiet for a while. But shout out to Aiden Hutchinson, man, and shout out to Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes, I remember it was a play, I think it was in the first half. I'm not sure. It was a like a 4th and short, and he filled that hole. Like, you supposed to play like a downhill linebacker. You attack the gap. You fill the hole. I love that play, man. He might have made some bad plays with the game, but him playing that play is like, that's the exact way you show a linebacker how you're supposed to play the run, man. You're supposed to fill that gap. The defense, the D-line held their own. It was all beating their blocks, man. It was just a good day defensively, and I don't want to hear nothing about the Packers didn't have such and such and didn't have such and such. We don't have people. They felt how we feel most of the time, and that's how I feel. Boo. All
right. Kirby Joseph is rounding into shape, man. He's playing with his instincts, and he's becoming that ball hawk like we saw at Illinois. I know Val does, oh man, he sucks because he's from Illinois. Kirby Joseph is turning into a playmaker, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from the young fella as well. Barnes got loose after Rodrigo's injury. You know, he went down with that elbow. He tried to come back, but I don't think wasn't just like you're talking about injuries. And I don't think he was able to go right. Hopefully we'll see what's going to happen with him in the next few days. Will Harris, I'm going to give him a shout out for one play he made. He kind of got lucky on that one with the Allen Lazard catch, but he continues to struggle because they picked on Will Harris a lot during this game.
They did. They did.
And that's right. They're right to do that because he is the weakest link. And the pass rush, they hit Rodgers plenty. They got 1 sack, but I would like to see more and more sacks coming from that pass rush. We had Charles Harris back in the game. I don't think they really, we still got to mix it up a little bit. You don't want to blitz Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers is known that he's a blitz killer. He will definitely chew you up if you blitz him too many times. But they got to him, they hit him, they not put him on the ground. But I would like to see a few more sacks. And the run defense was stout, like you said, man. Those guys, Aleem McNeil and Bugs and all those cats, man, up front, they were tough. They were stout. They held.
Jones.
Yeah, and they didn't let the other Aaron get loose. And even the AJ Dillon, he couldn't get off either. So I like that we held them to less rush yards than we had. So they had over 100 combined. And Aaron Rodgers was actually the leading rusher yesterday, I believe. If you look at this, if you look at their stats, believe Aaron Rodgers was there. Yeah, he was their leading rusher, 4 carries for 40 yards. So I trade Aaron Jones being the leading rusher for Aaron Rodgers all day long. And last but certainly not least for me, man, capitalize on the injuries to the Packers, man. Like you said, we always have some injuries, and when they went down, we capitalized on that. And the turnover battle, when you win a turnover battle, you're gonna win the game most times. And 3-1, 2 down there in the end zone, 2 interceptions in the end zone. One by Kirby Joseph off the deflection off of Derek Barnes' helmet, and then Hutchinson, man, he just kind of just peeled back for that one. He knew something was going on with Bakhtiari. He was like, "What the hell is this guy doing out here?" So he went back there and made that big play, man, and just jumped that route. I'm loving it. And the second Kirby Joseph interception, man, that's just instincts to jump that route, man. And then the catch-up speed he had on the play on the underthrow ball.
He baited him.
Yeah, and on that pass breakup that could have been a touchdown. Kirby Joseph, that's all I can say, man. What a great game by the young fella. The rookies stepped up this game. The rookies on defense really stepped up. The young players stepped up. And the seatbelt gang, as you got out there, my man Jerry Jacobs was doing this thing. What you got, LL?
Man, this OG Aaron Rodgers Kush, man, he just keep blowing. Oh my goodness. But Kirby Joseph, man, I spoke up his name. Is glad to see that my inspiration can make it to you, Coach Mike. I was picking on him earlier. He turned it around. Aiden Hutchinson, exact, man. Great play on that defensive play. It seemed like every time it's a guy, shout out to Ryan, man. We used to work together at FedEx. He talked shit about Aiden Hutchinson, and he go out there and do something spectacular. So keep up the good work, my guy. And on that second Kirby Joseph play, we always hear about, he baited him. He kind of did. He waited back, almost made it seem like that was the play to make, and he just undercut that mug. But man, I like it. I got 2 questions, or a question and a statement. My statement was I was kind of concerned about Kirby Joseph in a way, because I felt like, I don't know, I wasn't there, I hadn't heard anything, but I felt like maybe him and RB Pleasant was maybe like coaching, or RB Pleasant was probably coaching him the closest. That was his rookie, maybe to mold and do whatever, or maybe it was even Aaron Glenn's guy, because I know he wear 31. Aaron Glenn was a safety or corner safety type player, so I didn't know how this game would be for him. I didn't know how the rest of the season would go for him, because how it started out kind of rocky, and then he's been playing real well the more time he's been getting. So I didn't really know what was going to happen with him and RB Pleasant, or with RB Pleasant leaving. But number 2, I know I've been calling for more Derek Barnes, or just asking like what the hell is going on, like if he can't get in over Anzalone, like what is going on with him. I hope, or the question is to you guys, do you think that we'll see more Barnes now, or is it just because Rodrigo was hurt? He's been trending up. If you listen to Calvin Shepard and you listen to Dan Campbell, they say he's been showing, flashes. He's been trending up. But when you have a guy like Rodrigo, it's kind of hard to get, when the guy in front of you is playing well, it's kind of hard to get on the field. So, but we'll see. I mean, I hope so. I'm not sure he's going to take Anzalone's role, but you'll see him more on the field. I believe so.
Yeah. You know what? One thing I want to add too before we end this segment is our pass rush is starting to come along when people are getting healthy. We got Charles Harris, we got Aiden Hutchinson. I seen Julian Okora. He was actually down in 3-point stance a few times, rushing off the edge. When you got Josh Pascal, Kaminsky, like we starting to get healthy on that D line, and see, we shut down the run, and we're starting to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, man. So, maybe they was right, man. Maybe Lions fans, we just had to be patient, man, and they coming around. But if you like this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, get this out there to more Lions fans like yourself. Have a watch party, man, and on your separate laptops and all of that, phones, and just help us to get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself.
Hey, you heard what Coach Mike said, man. Have a watch party with your homies, man, on separate devices. Go ahead and check out the content right here on Detroit Lions and the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Now you know what time it is, man. It is time for the boss up, ball out, and balled on players of the game. Ooh, man, we have some good candidates today, man. First up, y'all know who it is, man. The young fella, Kirby Joseph, 10 tackles, 3 pass defense, and 2 interceptions. He is definitely on that bossed up player of the game. And I'm sticking with defense for the second guy. It has to be Derek Barnes. 12 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, and 1 pass defense. Derek Barnes, man, y'all see him right here sacking Aaron Rodgers on the graphic, man. Good job for the young fella in his second year. Balled on player of the game.
Don't do it, Curt.
Y'all, you know who it got to be, man. Oh, Coach Jones' play cousin, Will Harris, man. He is the balled on player of the game. We know he had that 1 pass breakup, but the rest of the game, man, Alan Lazard was eating his lunch. Anybody they lined up against Will Harris was getting the ball. You got to be real with it, Coach Jones. They picked at that dude a lot, and they caught a lot of passes on him. The only thing that really saved his biscuits, really from getting scored on was Kirby Joseph on that pass breakup in the end zone, because if Kirby Joseph wouldn't have made that play, that would have been another big catch on Will Harris. So that is the balled out and balled on players of the game, man. Hey, now it's time for us to zip our lip and go to my favorite segments of the show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, we got the law firm, Joseph Murdoch. His keys to the game was play smart, stay healthy is all I can ask at this point in the season with their record. Best case scenario, Green Bay has a brain fart, and somehow the Lions actually take advantage of Green Bay, giving them a gift. Hey, I think that's true. If a blind squirrel can find a nut, maybe the Lions can get a win. Go Lions. Hey, he got a shamrock on there. We got lucky because we did that thing just that yesterday, Joseph Murdoch.
I got a good it's a joke, but I wish we could do this too. Like how you just said, to get a brain fart or whatever it is. What if, like, since weed is legal here in Michigan, you know how in basketball, like when teams go down to Miami, they say they don't play so well because of the nightlife. What if we could like get them to go to some of the dispensaries while they're here, and then they be half of the game when they don't play so well. Friend of the show, George Eagle says, I want to see the Lions defensive line show up and take control of this game. In a way, you kind of got what you wanted, George Eagle. We all kind of alluded to it. The pressure, even though we didn't get as many sacks, the pressure was there. The pressure forced Aaron Rodgers to do a lot that he may not have wanted to do. It's a lot to do with the offensive line. But it was a lot more to do with our defensive pressure. Thanks for the comment, George Eagle.
Right on. King SJ says, hope your prediction is correct, Coach Jones. It was. But I'll settle for LL Cool's prediction, jinxing the pack, too. Either way, FTP and go Lions. Hey, you know what it is, man.
It's FTP every day right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Lyle Schultz says, if our Lions get good, draft picks for next season, and get the franchise turned around, I will be the first one to laugh at all those negative comments about tanking, and others can't wait. Yeah, I'm not a tanking individual. If you're getting paid to play, you play to win. That's all I got to say about that. I'm never a tank guy.
Yeah, and I hope that we're not taking it anyway. But Jeffrey Inglesby, I believe he's been in the comment section before,
Yeah, he
says,
has.
get to man bun, ponytail, whatever you want to call them. I checked out the Lioness Lair last night. I don't remember what it said, but I don't even know if I can say that on here.
Nah.
Nicole had a good one. It was I don't know. That was a good one though. But once he gets pressured or sacked, it's all over. FTP.
Go back, check out the Lions Lair, man. They had a good show last night. I caught the end of it, man. They always do their thing on Sunday nights, man. So go check them out, man. The replay is available on our channel. What you got, Coach Mike?
That's right. Tornado says, I am so tired of hearing we in a rebuild. Every year we're starting a new rebuild. The only thing that is getting better is your show. Thanks for informing my day. And hey, hopefully the game made your day even better yesterday, man. Shout out to Tornado.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, now it's time to go from my favorite segment to everyone else's favorite segment, Dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Have some dessert, Grand Year 12, with your Dessert with your man Curt today. You can go to the link for her Facebook page in the description below to get yourself some of those great desserts. She does ship everywhere, so go ahead and check it out. If you don't do the Facebook thing, you can go over to TikTok and Instagram and check out all of that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. The Lions honor military families of the TAP program at Ford Field on Saturday, man. It's always great for them to honor military families. Me being a retired soldier, man, I always like that thing. You know, we had the salute to service game yesterday, and it was awesome to see the NFL and the Detroit Lions honor military families. So shout out to them. And I'm glad to see the military families having a great time visiting Ford Field and the Detroit Lions. That is your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Let's take a quick walk on over to that wall of fame, baby. First up in our bronze members, we got Everything King, Brian Stover, Joe Mo, and Benny Single. Go check out Everything King. He was on the LNU post-game show last night, so go ahead and check those guys out over there on the LNU YouTube channel. Silver members, we got Henry Wallace, Cap Ice Cold, and Kirkland Pratt hanging out in the silver members. Gold members, we got my man, Mr. Reliable Michael Huck, Dr. Detroit, Michael Lewis, Lady Lionel of Douchebagia, my man, Paul Jarose, and just will be here in the Tornado. In the comment cards, go check out the Tornado as well. That is your wall of fame. To become a member, go ahead and click the join and now button in the description. Now it's time for final thoughts on this Victory Monday. LL, what you got, my brother?
Oh man, Victory Monday, Victory Monday. We don't get too many of these, but to many, many more, man. That's all I'm gonna say. To many, many more. A lot of people got something to say about the Bears and all of this and all of that. You know, I feel like we're gonna be doing some of this next week too. Next week is gonna be some of that Justin Cushmintz. I mean, Justin, what's his name? What's his last name?
Fields.
Fields. Justin Fields mints. You know what I'm talking about? Go ahead. Happy Victory Monday. Have a great Monday.
Actually, it's two good victories. And the second victory is Matt Stafford and them Rams are going downhill, baby. So that's the second victory, man. So we won twice yesterday. We trending up on two different sides of the field. So that should make you good, Lions fans. It's a happy day. Don't think nothing negative. Just enjoy this, meditate in this, and get ready for Sunday, man.
Yeah, definitely. All right. For me, man, shout out to Old Timer Dave, because I keep looking at LL and I'm thinking about Old Timer Dave, our resident. He's our homie. He's our Packer fan. He hangs out with us on Free For All Friday sometimes. So shout out to Old Timer Dave. Go over there and check out some of his content on his channel as well. Victory Monday. I love it. Thank you guys for tuning in right here in Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Hopefully the start of the week can be great with celebrating that victory. So talk your ears to all your Packers fans at work today, man, and start the week off right, man, with us right here in Detroit Lions on the Prowl. We appreciate you hanging out with us. Go over and check out the Lioness Lair. They had a great show last night. The replay is available on this channel. Go over to curtsteele.com. Check out some of the content I got going on over there, man. You know I'm trying to do my masters thing, so support your boy over there, man. Give me some likes and views over there as well. Follow us on your favorite social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all those things, man. Facebook. And get some behind the scenes right here in Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Hey, enjoy your rest of your Monday, man. I know you ate that good lunch, so go ahead. Wipe them crumbs off your face, man. finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For the panel, for my boys, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim.